All right, all aboard and welcome to the Fox Valley Short Line Railroad, a standard career playthrough of Derail Valley Simulator. My name is Swift Fox, and I'll be your conductor and engineer for this evening's 2-hour journey on the rails. Please have a seat, get comfortable, and have your tickets ready. This train is now departing. All right. When we left off last week, we are here at Food Factory. We just brought a load up here. I think two logistics loads, if I remember correctly, with our DH4s and our DE2 following behind. And we did one more small, kind of quick shunting job before we call it a night. Hello, Commander Kitsune. Good to see you. Going to be on lurk mode. Okay. Well, pop in when you can. You're always welcome. So, it is early morning here at Food Factory, and we've got a couple options for jobs going out of here. We did look, let's go over to the office here. We did look briefly at some of the jobs that were available, and we had identified this one here to City West at 21.5, and that would be a very lucrative trip. I don't know that there's another job to City West here, but we could probably attach this job to Machine Factory to it, though that's kind of a weird split. So what we were going to try and do is take a look at this shunting job going to steel mill. Put that together, lay it out on its track, and then see what the freight haul is going, the value of that freight haul is to take these to steel mill. And then we could add this logistics job over, let me put this down, this one here to that. And that'd give us a base, it'd add another 4.5K to whatever that job turns out to be. So I am curious to see what this job pans out to be. Hey, Ember, good to see you. And Tiggy, good to see you again. Nice to see you last weekend. That was a surprise. So we're going to do this shunting job for the sawmill. And that will require us to grab cars out of C9S and D3S. All right, so C9S, I think these cars we had to kind of work around. I think these are them here. So let's just check. Do we have these buckled together? Yes, we do. So let's uncouple them. And then we'll take these to the back since our DE6 is on this side. And then we'll go dig out the ones from the D track. All right, so okay, that's disconnected. So let's make this happen. So welcome. Hope everybody's week has been going well. Mine has, for the most part. No big complaints. What is on here? What is still on here? There we go. Let's put this on the charging rack a little bit to charge. Excellent. While we head back to track 9 in the sea yard. That should be the switch I want right there. And then I want that one, and they're all perfect. All right. Straight on in. Yeah, work has been mildly busy. That's good. That means the workday goes pretty fast. Had I had a work detail last night. We snuck in a little bit of training on some new rope rescue equipment we purchased for a new rescue fire truck. Folks are curious as to how to set it up, put it all in operation with all the pieces. Oh, that was a hard hit. I was talking with I was visiting a couple friends live up north of us, a couple furry friends that I have. And he's an artist and an avid streamer. And he's been kind of giving me some tips and tricks and stuff. And he pointed out while I was up there that I had made a boo-boo when he popped on to see how the stream was going. And I guess I was involved in something in the game. And it took me about 10 minutes to recognize that he had popped in. And he told me that that was a major foul. And I was like, but I was playing the game and focused. But I do understand that somebody is taking time out of their day or evening to watch me be a silly fox and play choo-choos. I should be at least a little more cognizant of when people join the stream. So I had been looking to see if there was a widget or something that I could add that would pop up and at least give me a little bit of something to catch my eye. But I didn't see one. I saw pop-ups that told me when people subscribe or make donations, but not much of that happens on my channel. So it was a little bit, it really wasn't applicable to what I'm doing here. Or at least the way you guys, my friends, support me. And I don't ask for any of that. So we're just here having fun. And I am just glad to have you along for the ride. How many more? 2? 1? Did it? All right. All right, I am going to run ahead because we're going to come off this way. I want to stay right there, but I want to put these in that track there, so it's all set. Okay, perfect. So my switches are good. Just gotta wait for my cars to come here. Let's get run over. Pull up the remote. Wild, you playing baseball again today? All right, so we pulled these out of C9S, and the other cars are back on the 3-track. So they're those ones way on the end there. So we could do this a couple ways. We could pull them out, attach to the flat cars, and then put the flat cars back, which is probably how we're going to do it. And we should hop out, see how we're doing with these. Perfect. Right where they belong, I think. Where's the little sign? I don't know, that's too far. Stop, please. All right. And that was forward, so that should be +1. Boop. All right. Back in reverse. We're not on the clock. So let's see, which of these switches is right? It looks like it needs to, that one needs to come this way. Boop. All right. And this one needs to come. No, that one's right. And we got to go beyond this one, flip this one so we can go down this track and off to the right. We can use the independent brake because it's just a locomotive. Flip that switch. Set that to forward, brake off. That was probably more throttle than I expected. That's it. Okay. Don't need to go too fast. There's not a whole lot of distance to go here. So if you remember, this top brake is the independent brake. It is just the locomotive. Whereas this brake handle here is the whole train. Since there's only the locomotive, we can use the independent brake to slow us down. How about a little more slow? Perfect. Now, once we flip these switches, now we have a train. We can use the train brake. And we'll make sure that these are all turned off. Yeah. These two connected, right? Yes. Okay. Are these on? Yep, that's off. I think when I park these and detach them, it was acting on the, so it's just these cars here, 3.8, right? Let's just double check that. 3.8, perfect. 3.8, yes, and oops, too far. 3.8. All right, so those 4 cars I'm going to add to those cars, and then we'll have created our train. And we'll put the flat cars back on this track. Of course. Very good, Wild. I love having the DE2 as my little shunter. I mean, we've been playing with it since the beginning of the game, and it's just such a comfortable and familiar little locomotive to do the lion's share of the work with the Derail Valley. At least, you know, at this stage while we're working with the DH4s. And once we graduate to the bigger locomotives, then the DH4 will be our shunting locomotive. We'll still have the DE2 in our consist though, but as I've mentioned before, it will support the caboose. Just gotta wait for it to slow down, because if it's moving while we put the throttle on in the opposite gear, we will burn out the traction motor, and that is never good. Makes the train very unhappy. It's like women's gymnastics here with the balance beam. This is a pretty easy build here. And I am curious, as I hope you are as well, to see what Derail Valley values this job to be. Come on, slow down. Wow. That was not bad. All right, let's see how far are we in the slot here? Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Wait a minute. Da 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 da. Gotta get rid of these. Put them back. I almost forgot. I get talking and chattering away, and I forget what I'm doing. So Tiggy, did you get your portable antenna up? Did you get to try it yet? I don't know why I did that. I don't want to do that. Definitely a heck of a deal you got there. Especially with the 18-foot extension on the height to improve the reception on 40 meters. Okay. Signal good as far as clarity? Yeah, I've only got 10 meters, so the bands are dead for me most of the time. All right, here we are. I'm gonna detach that. And reverse out. And hook up to these cars here. So you'll notice that our locomotives here are facing kind of the wrong direction. And if this load to steel mill is as good as I hope it will be, we're going to have to turn our locomotives around in order to haul out of here. Which will take us a little bit more time, but we do have our locomotives set as far as equipment to go primarily one direction. Even though we could run them backwards, we'd be missing some equipment. At the same time, I would like to take the job to City West, because that would require us to go across the middle of the map, and that will be a challenging haul due to the elevations and such. So we're all hooked up here, lashed up. I'm gonna turn the job in so we can load it and then keep things moving. What time is it? 10 o'clock. Okay. All right. D1L, all the cars are there. There should be 8. Just double check that when we go over, and then we drop it off at C70, which we'll take a look at right now. So I think we're set already to go to the right. Perfect. And right again, and 70 is that track. That track there with the tankers. Okay. Right there. Okay, so now our switches are set there. While we're here, we need 8 cars. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. 38 is our number. What do we have? 38. 38. 38. 38. 38. 38 and 38 and 38. All right, so wait a minute. Did I count that wrong? I did. There's 9 cars. Okay, we're good. Oops. We're good. No problem. All right, so we're going to load these with scrap metal. All right, that'll put a significant load on our poor little DE2. We needed to go the other way. How much is this? Just for SNGs. What is the load? Oh, we should be fine. So pull this and then some. Now, whether it pulls it all up that hill, that'll be another thing. We'll see what. We gotta get some momentum. Well, I'm glad at least there was some activity that you could test it out with. So that's a bonus. All right, so we've got 500 tons to get past that switch down here so we can go down the middle into the sea yard. And that is an uphill section of track. We need to get some more speed. More speed indeed. That should get us there. Is that enough? Too much? Too soon? Nope. All right. Perfect. We'll stand inside the scrap metal and try not to get tetanus. So that switch is correct. The next switch down here is correct. And then we already checked the other switches. But we'll keep an eye on them as we approach. I don't want to get too quick because we do have those tanker cars on the other end of this track that we should be cautious of. So to the right, and then to the right, right, and left. I have a feeling we're going to end up pushing a few of those tanker cars ahead of us to fit all these on this track. Would have been nice to put it on 6i, but it wants 7.0. 7.0 for outbound. 6 is an inbound track. 5 is an outbound track. 8 is an outbound track. 9 is a storage track. That's what the O's and the I's and the S's mean. All right, and what we should be doing is slowing down. Because if those are full, we'll have a calamity. Slowing down more. Slowing down more. 5, 4, 3, more please. 2, nice, perfect. I love it. All right, so this is gonna be too much. Yeah, we need to get to there. Right? We're three cars back. I don't know how heavy those tank cars are, but our little DE2 is struggling. Up to 2 kilometers an hour. I mean, it's not crazy. I don't need to be in a hurry here. But if I pop this throttle up one more, we'll have some wheel slip, I'm sure. This is not raining. That would have made this job really tough. Just a little further. Just got to get this car past that sign for 7.0. Just like that. All right. And look at that. Station office is right here. So we'll turn this in. 19K, almost 20K on that one. Very good. Nice job. How'd we do? We did it in 9 minutes. We had a half an hour to do it in. That's because we used the game mechanics to our advantage. And we're almost at 570,000. It's a slow process, but these new locomotives, the DE4s, are going to open up new opportunities. All right, so here it is. All right, 15,447. Even if I added this to it, we're only at 20. And this one here going to City West is already at 21.5. So I think we're going to take that one.